everybody. Welcome to This Is It. My name is Wendy Linda and I am your host. If you are looking to talk about everything under the sun while keeping it informative, this is your podcast of choice. Today we have an amazing guest in studio. She is one of our own homegrown celebrities. She's a television presenter, radio presenter, MC extraordinaire, and she's also one of my fellow peers in the LGBTQI community. I don't fly solo on this podcast. I'm always with my bestie, Tibang. What's up?
Hello, Wendy. How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I love the way you do the intro. The intro, every time you do it, it just gets me so excited.
Really?
How was the week?
My week was good. I didn't really work at Wendy Linda Properties too much. I was here at the podcast because this is my new thing now.
I love that. I love that. Listen, This Is It. Make sure to follow us on the Instagram. We have it. This Is It. Just look for This Is It. You're going to find my pretty face. Find Wendy's pretty face. That's all you need. The first episode is already out on YouTube, on the FS Online Channel Network. Make sure that you go out there. Let's run the numbers up. But that's not the issue today. Today we got the most amazing guest that we've had so far. And normally, you know what I do. I never introduce a guest. Let them introduce themselves. Who are you? Where are you from? What are you about?
Good evening.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, and you?
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Happy to have you.
Thank you.
Who are you?
I'm your me. Oh, I'm your boss.
Yes. Hey.
Besides that,
Hey, boss.
Well, my name is Laila Nnyane.
Yes.
I am a radio station manager, and I am an MC. I loved how Wendy introduced you.
Yeah, that was so cool. That's tough.
MC extraordinaire.
Shabba,
darling.
it was nowadays I'm also doing TV appearances. Hey,
We saw you on Bedazzled last night. Why you,
All right.
Star.
Go one most on 20. Thank you very much. The whole weekend. It was Saturday. It was Friday. I'm busy. I'm a very busy girl. But my name is Leila. I am I'm not gonna say young because in 8 months I'm turning a certain age. But anyway, let me say I'm a girl from a small town by the name of Tabanchu.
Yes.
Which is about 60 k's away from Bloemfontein.
Yeah.
I come from the royal line of the Morocco clan, of the Barolo. I am a princess, if you want to put it like that. I went to school in Tabanchu, and then, of course, I went to high school here in Bloemfontein. That's how I moved to Bloemfontein for high school at Brebner.
Okay.
Finished.
Everyone comes from Brebner. Like it's
We are Brebnerians through and through, Baba.
I'm
Our
also from
school, yes, thank
Which
you.
year did you finish?
Anyway, so after that, I went to varsity. And on varsity, that's where I basically discovered my passion for media.
Yes.
And especially radio. I'm sure you know the varsity I went to is UFS,
Yes.
University of the Free State. And I got into radio accidentally when a friend of mine was hosting a radio show there and he needed a producer.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know what's happening in the show business. Let me try
And
my
you
luck.
didn't know anything.
I did. I actually did. I was obsessed. I
Okay.
always knew growing up. Look, when I was 6, I discovered what my destiny was, what I was sent to do here.
Wow, that's amazing.
And
Leila.
I ran away from it. Yeah, I'm going to tell you.
Hold on. You're 6 years old.
Yes.
When normally no one knows nothing,
Yes.
and it hits you.
Yes.
How does it hit you?
It does. Every child goes through it. Every child gets vivid dreams. Children, when they say they have imaginary friends
Yeah.
and they're in their own little world and
Yeah.
they're going through all of those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
We get-
curious, what is it?
No. We all experience it. It's just when we grow up, the system, basically we forget as we grow older.
You said you realized at 6 years old. What is it?
But what is the
Yeah.
I am doing it right now. Basically creating an industry for our province.
So what happened at 6 years old?
I was shown what I have to do.
How? Like a vision?
Yes, in my imagination.
How do you remember that, Leila?
Because it was very, how should I
What
put
did
it?
you see?
I saw
Tell us,
everything.
please.
I don't think I have words for it, but when you have a sort of like an epiphany or something powerful happen to you or something like,
Yeah.
I had that moment and then things flash quickly like, this is what you're supposed to do.
Yo,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
yo.
my
Usually
God.
they say that happens when you have a near-death experience. You know that?
Yes, that I
Dibang,
know.
have you had one of those?
Near-death experiences.
No, like this vision, epiphany she's talking
And
about.
then-
I guess she says each and every person you'll know.
Yeah. No,
Once you're
no.
younger. Have you had that?
Most of us, no, hold on. Most of us, we have them in between 0 and 7 years of age. And then after that, we grow into other things and we forget.
Yeah.
Because we grow into adulthood, we get traumatized. We go through a lot of things, so we forget.
Yeah.
But for me, it was that powerful.
I'm going to tell
Wow.
you something.
Yes.
And now that you say what you just said, my dad has a book that he wrote when
Who's your dad?
my dad is Tuso Montaung.
Okay.
My dad has a book that he wrote when I was 7. The book is called Kilogile Kilisibuhudi. That book is about me
Oh,
and how I wanted to be on radio and work on radio.
really? You know what? I was listening to him today when I was doing my hair and makeup, and that is you.
That voice, isn't
The
it?
voice.
I swear, I
Yep.
was telling the girl who
I
was doing
agree
my
with you
makeup,
there.
"Kiri, this is Dibang, like
Yep.
he's his father.
Oh, man.
I swear,
Don't
I
make me
swear.
Umenza shy.
Black boys
Yo.
don't blush. Don't blush with thug.
Okay, muthu wama. Anyway, so yeah,
Wama
We're
in.
not down.
Wama in.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say
Oh,
anything.
okay, I get
didn't
it.
say anything.
Yes.
Anyway,
you
Leila.
are
So
telling us
anyway,
about
as I
yourself.
was saying, varsity, that's where I discovered my love for radio and
Yes.
media. And that's when I basically went into it. FYI, the epiphany that I had was that I had to come and basically create an industry, an entertainment showbiz industry here in the province for all our youth. Because we need it. We don't have an industry here. That is
Wow.
why most of our creatives pack up and go to Joburg and other cities and so on.
Wow.
So we actually need an industry to sustain our creatives so that our creatives can actually stop leaving our province. So that's
Yeah.
the work that I have to do.
Wow, that's amazing. You know what? I think I had this conversation not so long ago, and I was saying, you know what? I'm so glad that we now have Free State Online Network because in the past, to have a
There's
podcast
nothing.
like this with all of this equipment, with all of the talent and professionals that are here, you'd have to go to Johannesburg.
Absolutely.
You know, but at least we are developing. We're not there yet, but we kind
Absolutely.
of have an idea. But what's also helping us is probably everything's on the internet. Everything is now global.
I
You don't
think so.
have to
Yes.
physically be there.
so. Absolutely.
So even if we record when we're in Bloom, they
Yeah.
can still see us over there.
Absolutely.
You know?
But now, Leila, tell me about the transition from moving from Tabanchu, coming to Bloom to Brepna. Like, how was that? How was the transition for you?
Scary.
Yeah?
Yeah, because, in Tabanchu, as much as I was being moved around, my anchors, I had a very traumatic childhood. I lived on survival mode. I didn't actually have anyone for me. The two people that were for me and I knew would never intentionally traumatize me or hurt me were my grandmothers, right? But everybody else I always knew. I had to be on survival mode and people please. This is how I grew up.
Why were you
Oh,
different?
okay.
Were you different from the other kids? Why? I mean, what is putting you in survival mode?
My mother had me when she was not supposed to have me. And
At a young age.
Yes, and yeah, she was still in high school.
Okay.
And I went into a family that did not want me. And they had to adjust and love me the way they best knew
Whose
how.
family was that now?
My family, both families. I'm talking about
In
both
terms of your
my
mom and
mom,
dad.
dad. Yes,
Yeah.
both families. Yes, they had to accept me. For example, on my mother's side, my name is Kiamokhetri. You know, my grandmother accepted me and welcomed me into the family because of that. Because my mother was still in high school when she had me. And in my father's side, I'm named after one of my great grandmothers, Nnyane. Yet, so that's how the families came together. That these kids screwed up, but it's fine. We still come together and stuff. But as you know, when something happens and you don't plan for it, you don't actually know where you're going. You get so here I was a child who have two parents that don't like each other. They're separate. They're doing. You get what I mean? I'm always in the middle. On top of that, I have a warring family. I think this is almost every black child's history. You get what I mean? I have a warring. I have a warring parents. I have warring relatives.
Yeah.
Everybody's just warring, and not in the middle. I'm a tool.
Okay.
They use me to beat
According
each
to
other.
this fighting,
Whoever wants
Yeah.
to. This was my trauma. This
Okay.
was my
Yeah,
life.
that's a
My
lot.
whole.
I can imagine.
My whole life. So every time when I come into a space with any relative, I have to create a persona that appeases that relative just for the hope that this relative won't react. Or that's how you live on survival mode. And that's how you create different personas and become a people pleaser. And you don't actually know yourself. This was my whole life growing up. That is why I say in the last 4 years, I've been awakening and finding myself and actually discovering who I am instead of what other people define me as.
Why in the last 4 years? What was the defining moment 4 years ago
I
that
awoke.
made you? Yeah, but what was the defining moment?
What woke you up?
Donald Trump.
Come on, Leila, really?
Donald Trump got shot
Wait,
in the air.
COVID? During COVID?
Donald Trump got shot in the air, though.
After George Floyd.
Okay.
Yeah, after, remember the George Floyd, the guy, the police killed
Bamkhadile.
Yes. After George Floyd, I had a friend of mine who was staying with me who's not from here, right? So he was staying with me during lockdown. So every day after lockdown, because I had a permit, I'm a station manager, so I could move around. So literally every time I'd knock off, he'd come and you'd look at me, he's like, please stop watching this. I'm like, what? I need to be updated. This is the news. What's happening? He's like, please stop watching. I'm like, why? He put me onto this guy. I'm like, he made me watch a 3-hour YouTube video. That YouTube video got brought down within a week because it was going to 2 million views. It was exposing everything that we basically.
This is Trump. This is Trump.
No. This is somebody else. This is another YouTuber. This is another YouTuber. What this YouTuber does, he basically habua something. He presents the facts. He shows his files. He shows his research. He basically you're like, yeah? So he was basically showing us everything that we're in, the matrix that we're in, basically. Yes. Okay. So he was, and my mind just sat there and like, we're in a matrix? And then I finally clicked, oh, that's what the Matrix meant. Because when the Matrix came out in 1999, most people didn't understand that movie. Most people till today still don't understand it.
I think I've understood the Matrix from a young age. I just didn't know how to explain it. I understood that there is a system, right, or an economy or an ecosystem, but I don't want to be a part of it. But I could also understand that I can see people are going to work every day, the money that they're making from their jobs, they're paying for the car to go to work that you're not driving so that you can also pay for the house that you're not in the whole day. I could tell that from a young age. I couldn't explain it, but I always knew that this is not my life. I don't want to be a working girl. But you know how I would define it. But because I had a lack of understanding, I would just always think I'm chosen. I'm God's favorite girl. This is not what I'm going to be doing. But now I understand. I understood the Matrix from a very young age.
Did you see the interview where the writer of the Matrix was speaking that the Matrix and the Terminator are
No. You're talking about the black lady.
The black lady,
The Terminator and the Matrix were written by a black woman.
Yes.
And when she wrote them, I forgot what, she gave them to someone and then someone stole them and then sold them to Hollywood houses. Yes. Those Hollywood houses, James Cameron, then took them and adopted them into the Terminator series as well as the Matrix series as well. But they were written by a black woman, and when she wrote them, she was with the connotation of Jesus Christ. That's why, for example, in the Terminator, there's John Connor. John Connor, how it's JC. You get what I mean? Same thing with, there was also another context with the Oracle as well as Neo in the Matrix that also referenced to the Bible and all of those things. So she was basically telling the story of Jesus, the coming up, and the differences in which we find ourselves trapped in. Yes, and it was written by a black woman. Yes.
So Leila, I want us to come back to how did that George Floyd YouTube video come to your awakening?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The YouTube video I was watching, the guy presented facts that I could not deny. Literally.
Give me one.
He was,
Give me one fact.
That video was 3 hours, dude.
Give me one fact.
That video was 3 hours. Hold on. I'm trying to remember. This is 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So can you chill? I literally need to remember facts from 4 years ago. So can you give me a moment here? You get what I mean? No, Mamela. That was the beginning of my rabbit hole, if you understand. That was the beginning of my research. That was the beginning of me looking into things. Do you get what I mean? Let me give you an example.
Yes.
Let me go back to Donald Trump. Donald Trump, there was this one time where I didn't like the man, like the rest of the world. We thought he's a redneck, he's racist, all of those things. I believed everything.
Didn't.
No, I believed everything that everybody said about that man.
Nah.
No, he's always been rich. Do you get what I mean? But when I went in depth and started actually seeing what he was talking about, because he kept saying fake news, and I didn't understand it. One day I took the effort and I woke up at 2 a.m. to go watch a Donald Trump rally live, right?
Yeah.
It's live. You can't edit that. You get what I mean? I watched it and I watched it and I watched it and I watched it. I'm like, oh, this is what happens at a Donald Trump rally. You get what I mean? And then I went to bed at 5. I wake up around 9. And the first thing I do, I go on news channels. What I watched and what the news channels were reporting was two different
contradicting
things.
Yeah.
And that's when my brain was like, hey, Batu. So this guy I watched for 3 hours, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I started doing my research. Are you aware that Donald Trump is the only US American president to never cause any war anywhere in the world?
Yes, I am.
You are aware of that?
Yes, I am.
Are you aware that Donald Trump has done more for the black American than all the US Americans presidents combined?
Yes, even Obama.
Wow. He was even taking out the soldiers
Bless
and
you.
taking them back home. Like literally the war, like all of it. What I love, do you know why he was building that wall?
Why?
You remember he was building the wall and they were making a joke?
They said he doesn't
Chosen
want the
Mexico.
Mexicans back.
No.
What was the reason?
For years and years, there is a Mexican gang called MS-13.
Yes, I know MS-13.
It was terrorizing the small American towns on the American border. Human trafficking, drug trafficking, house breakings, all of those things. He was creating that to stop that from them always jumping and going and doing that and pillaging and running back into Mexico.
Wow.
That is why he was creating that
Yeah.
wall. Yes.
Oh, wow.
They don't tell you, and they switch. For example, there was a time when he was saying, and again, he hated Mexicans. And when he was going on, he wasn't going on about Mexicans.
Yeah.
He was going on about that gang,
Yeah.
the Mexican gang.
Oh, okay. So, Leila, tell us, in your awakening journey, how far are you right now?
Yo.
Because I want to get to the main question, Leila. Like I introduced you, I said my fellow peer in the LGBTQIA community.
Is it that deep?
Yes! The first 4 years have been the roller coaster of my life. Oh, guys, the last 4 years have been...
Because we went from Leila to Leila.
Yeah.
My guy.
How did that come about? How did
Okay.
you find out, Leila?
Okay, so when I discover myself, when I figure out myself, I actually discovered. It's funny when I found a old poetry book of mine from high school.
Yeah.
Skalabala,
I
up until the 12th of December 2020, Leila believed she was straight.
Yeah.
All right. So when I trace back my history, I even traced my first love. You know, she died in 2005. And when I trace back, I check.
No, Leila was straight. Then I traced back.
When she traces back, she
Her
realizes
first
that
love.
I was
that
never
was
straight.
actually my first love.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was never straight. Hence, I'm also referencing my poetry book. When I opened my poetry book from high school, guess what the first poem was about?
About what?
About
A girl.
her.
It was about a girl.
Wow.
Give me the first 2 lines. The first 2 lines. Leila. Give me the first 2
Hey, when
lines.
I was at the memory, it's like 20 years ago. So that was 22 years ago, man. Anyway, so when I trace back and I woke into myself, so this is what happens to me. And please don't take this in the wrong context. Please, I beg. Do not take this in the wrong
Please
context.
don't take this in the wrong context.
Right.
Please.
I love developing young women. I
Yes.
love being there for them. I love encouraging them. I love, you get, because I never had that.
Yes.
You get. So I realized that obviously the hot ones, I give them special attention.
Yeah.
And I push them. But I push everyone. But
Yeah.
specifically the hot ones, I have this tendency. You get. So it happens that I saw a hot one at an audition of mine, 2020. And I thought, how is a hot one, you know?
Yeah.
You get.
Yeah.
So we had a party. I invite them. This hot one suddenly talks to me. I'm like, wait, why is this girl talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay. And she talks to me and she shows me something. She's like, oh, I have something and it fell off and I want somebody tonight. And she's being funny. She's being playful. Do you get? And she's looking
Off,
around.
eh?
Yeah. My man. So she's like, so I something and I'm excited, but I want somebody for tonight. And I'm looking, can you help me look? So I'm like, yeah, I'll help you.
Yeah.
We start looking and her eyes land on me.
Eh.
So I'm like,
Me?
wait.
Who this? Who you looking for, baby?
shock for almost 2 hours. My friends literally take me bambe against the wall. I was overheating because it was such a mindfuck for me that Leila, you can actually date a girl. I'd never said that to myself.
Okay, so is this
ever even thought
is this specific girl the first girl you dated?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but wait. Let's go back to, this is before the awakening. Guys are coming to you, they're approaching you.
You want to know my history with the guys?
I
like my white men. Left, right, and center. Shame. So I moved I know. No, I had my fish. I enjoyed myself. That's why I also had anal sex at some point. Yeah, now with the white dude. Yeah, no, on Shapadi 1 2. Oh, okay. What?
Personally, I would never do anal sex.
Why not?
It's not my thing.
Why not? You're so boring.
It's a prison thing for me.
Get a life.
Get a life for real.
But okay, how was the anal sex?
Amazing.
And be honest with me.
Amazing. The guy knew what he was doing. You need to do it with someone that knows what they're doing. If you do it with someone that doesn't know.
Did you clean your ass before? No. You know what? Let's not act like the rectum.
Mame.
And then you were unaware.
No, I was not unaware. I was aware. He told me. He was gentle and he was amazing. And he helped me through it. And it was amazing.
No,
and it was amazing.
Jibang, I think you should just be more open, man. I really think you should just be more open. You know what? Earlier when we spoke about this, you showed me their reaction again. If somebody would touch your ass.
Have you had anal sex?
No, I haven't.
Why?
I'm not ready.
And it's not for everyone. Anyway.
I'm not ready. I'm not willing to break my ass virginity yet.
And honestly speaking, as much as I enjoyed it, it was a nice experience. But it's not an experience I would do on the regular.
Okay.
Do you understand? Yeah. So it was a nice thing to explore.
So you did
and
it once?
Yes, I did literally once. Yeah. I just wanted to see what was the hype and everything. And honestly, it wasn't as horrible as people make it out to be. And I think I was lucky because I got it with a guy who knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Had I gone with any other guy, I would be telling you a different story. I would be telling you a different story.
And you got with the black guy.
And he was a white guy from overseas. Kind of what country was he from?
This is varsity.
Yes, the Netherlands. I'm lying. This is less than 10 years ago. He was from the Netherlands. No, I didn't know.
I remember when you were on Tinder.
Tinder. Yes, now, man, not Khale.
You said 10 years ago.
Wait. When did you break your virginity? Your female virginity?
Is that even a thing, Tiba?
When I was 21.
Varsity.
Yes.
You break this virginity with a black guy, with a white guy?
A black guy.
Yes, my boy.
He was horrible. No,
But it's your first time. How do you know it's horrible if it's your first time?
No, hold on. Let me correct that.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. He was horrible. And I'll tell you why I say that. Why was the white guy not horrible? And that was my first time.
Okay.
And he was drunk.
Who was drunk? The black guy?
The guy that broke my virginity.
It's always the case,
Yeah. It was terrible. I did not like it. It was uncomfortable and I just wanted him to get off me.
Hectic.
That's the same thing that you were saying, that most girls, their first time is just...
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Because also, like I said last week, usually when a girl loses their virginity, it's not because they wanted to have sex. It's because it was imposed on them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally.
How many times after you broke your virginity did you have sex with this?
I remembers that.
No, I do. I remember because...
Leila is awake, dog. 6 years, she's awake.
I remember. No. He tried again. I was like, no. That relationship lasted 2 minutes.
But were you getting aroused, Leila? I mean...
No! And on purpose, it's somebody very famous here.
Famous? Man. What does their name start with?
No.
Give us a hint.
I'll tell you after the podcast, not on the podcast.
You meet your virgin breaker even now?
Yes.
What's I can net? But make about 2 million hacks of Copananga.
I know I consult. Get a funny stories that are not for the podcast. Because no. I avoid speaking about other people because it's not.
Yeah, I get it.
It's not my place. Yes. You get what I mean? Yeah. So please ask me anything for me that I can.
So you date this guy, he breaks your virginity. How do you move into the white community?
I've always wanted a white man. Whitney Houston ruined me.
The bodyguard.
Yes. Whitney
You're
Houston.
such a girl, dog.
Yeah.
Like, how do
No,
you get
let me
chicks from
explain.
that?
Let me explain. Whitney Houston was what I grew up loving. You know, when you have your idol, we all
Yeah.
have that. We all have that famous actress or the famous
Yes,
musician
yes.
that we love. You
Yes,
get what I mean?
yes.
Mine that defined my childhood and who I am was Whitney Houston. And you know what's hilarious? What is depressingly hilarious about it? I relate with her in the most scariest way. Whitney Houston, when she was around 17 years old, she fell in love with a woman.
Okay,
Yeah. I didn't know that one.
Yes, I told you facts.
She did.
Yeah, I know.
You can look it up. Her name is Robin Crawford. She even wrote a book about it. She fell in love with a woman. Eh? And after she fell in love with a woman, she decided she's going to break up with her and focus on her family and her career. So she basically broke her own heart to go please other people. She lived for other people, not for
The
herself.
survival mode.
Yes, yes. She went into the music career because she knew it was going to get her family, it was going to help her family, it was going to help her brothers. So she sacrificed her love for that. That's what she did. That is why she had such a horrible life, got the drug addiction,
Yeah,
because she
yeah.
was
Nah, she
genuinely.
loved Bobby Brown.
No,
she didn't.
She was
loved
genuinely.
Bobby
No,
Brown. And I know
no,
you're getting
no.
blood. Come on.
Sheba,
Come on.
my guy, no. She was.
Y'all have seen the videos of her and Bobby
No,
Brown.
my guy. She started drugs before Bobby Brown. Are you aware of that?
I thought Bobby put
Her
her
brother,
on.
no, her brother introduced her to the drugs. Not Bobby Brown. Bobby
That's
Brown
hectic,
never.
guys, you know
They
what?
just
Are
Bobby
you
Brown
saying
was
to
just
me-
my man. Look what Carlos said. Bobby Brown and to Whitney Houston's relationship was Whitney basically answer her anger out of not having the person that she wants. Because West partner, the woman she was in love with was with her the whole time. She was her manager.
You lie.
So she was seeing all of this. She even eventually got fed up and like, I'm leaving, I can't take this anymore. And she left.
You lie.
Yes, Whitney Houston was in that turmoil because she was living for other people, not herself.
Wow, that's crazy. You know what? This story makes me think of Caitlyn Jenner. Can you imagine he's been trapped in this body
Exactly.
of Bruce his whole life, and he's around the Kardashians. They do glam,
And what do
hair,
you want?
makeup, clothing, and that's what he wants. Like, can you understand his
Can
frustration?
you imagine Chris Jenner? Get the fuck out of here. That nigga knew what he was doing. Get the fuck out of here. That old ass lady is hot.
No, man, but actually, you know, he transitioned. He's
husband.
now a
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know.
transgender
I
and
know
whatever.
Caitlyn.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. You don't go from being an Olympic superstar.
You probably
To-
do.
to
Khabe,
Caitlyn
remember,
Jenner.
Yes, you do.
it was taboo in those days. So I think he did it now because it's easier to come out now,
Leila.
guys.
Nah.
You do. It goes back. My
I don't
man.
really depressed about Caitlyn.
Toko boletse, ne? What? Toko bolele,
What
ne?
says he wasn't depressed as Bruce?
He was.
Because I think somewhere he said,
2 babies. Chris Jenner.
I mean, what are you going to do?
Don't fuck around. Bruce got game.
You know what? He was trapped in that body of
Dude,
Bruce.
I
man.
got game as well. Am I
And-
happy?
And I was finna ask you that, Tori. But you said to me that this girl is the one that came up onto you and then
Hey, and then what happened after that? What happened that night? Let's go back to that night, guys.
Nna ke batla ho tseba hore here you are, you realize, oh shit, Leila, you can do this with girls. Right?
I'm in the shock of my life.
Like,
It was a
that's you.
mind. Yo, like my mind exploded.
Because-
like Nikki Rumel, like you know, to
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh.
And this girl is like, Leila, come on,
You know?
come get the news.
Yeah, no.
And then?
Yeah, no. Khanti Mugel is also experimenting, trying to figure out what she wants.
Yeah.
Drag me and like, you know, all these relationships, they've taught me a lot about myself.
Yeah.
Mugela, it's fine. It's fine. Kamukela, get out of my house. She was just using me. Second one, she's in love with me. We're gonna try.
Who's the second one?
I'm not gonna tell you. Something happens.
Can I guess?
No.
No.
Something happens, ne? With her family, and she has to go sort it out. So I'm like, you know what? I understand and I respect this. Ne? Go sort it out. I'll be here. But while I'm here, I'm gonna go sniff around other girls. Guess what
Dog,
happened?
you.
No,
dog.
no. This is on the 5th of February, 2021.
You? Even remembers the date?
Guess what happens to me the next day?
What?
The other one comes back.
I meet Angela.
Angela.
Oh,
Angela.
sweet
This is the relationship
Angela.
that we all came to know. We all came to know, like, Leila, you were in love, dog.
How did that one happen?
Like you were in love.
What
dog.
happened? Where did you meet her? Did you meet her at CUT?
How did you even get to CUT in the first place? Because you were from UFS.
Next question, guys. Let's go.
No, we want to know. How did you meet Angela?
She worked for me.
Oh, she worked for you.
Oh,
And then listen.
No!
Oh, I want to
That's why I don't want to have this conversation with y'all.
What I want to know, Leila, what I want to know is, did you introduce her to dating girls or was she dating girls? Kwena mo rutileng na.
No!
Because, no, Mamela Wendy, the thing is that now what I wanted to come to and find out is, what did Leila say? Like, now se get about Khono.
Yeah.
Like,
we saying, how fit like Angela Calvin.
Okay, to state the records and facts and everything. I'm also, I believe in cradle robbing and all of those things. The age difference thing. Yes. You get what I mean? Yes. So never in my wildest dreams have I ever imagined myself dating someone half my age. Never.
So how did it come about?
You understand? She initiated the whole thing.
Really?
Yes.
Angela can freely.
Yes.
Well, no,
my girl.
Have you seen
my
Angela?
girl?
Who says no to Angela?
Easy.
Shout out to Angela, guys. Please catch her on the vibe.
Anyway, next topic. No, honestly speaking, I don't have game. Like, if we were to go and pick up girls, no, like, seriously, if we were to, no, like, I don't know how to pick up women. I've never picked up women.
But how are you getting these girls?
At home.
They come to me.
Really?
Yes, I don't chase, I attract. Yes, I don't chase, I attract.
Magnitude.
No, that's dope.
But was it a great time with Angela?
Was it a what?
Was it a great time?
I don't want to talk about that.
How long did you guys date?
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. And then who dumped who?
She dumped me a week before our 2nd year anniversary.
Why would you Why would you Leila?
I don't do anything.
How come?
No, I don't do anything.
Because you guys, you know, I was following you on Instagram.
But
and
guys, how do
your
you guys
relationship.
have sex,
wait, their relationship looks so amazing. I remember seeing Leila with a T-shirt. Yes, Angela. Like you guys were like that in love. So I was very, very surprised that you guys actually broke up.
It's very simple. It's very simple. It's not the right time.
It's not the right time.
Remember what I said at the beginning? Dating someone half my age. I'm at that age where I want to get married, settle down, build a life, build a village, you know, have my own life. She's not there. She's still
home,
young.
Leila?
She's still developing. She still needs to go and experience life. She still needs to go do a lot of things. You get? And then here comes Mukobe. Do you get what I mean?
I get you.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's mostly the majority reason of why we broke up. She needed to go and experience life.
That's what she said to you.
No, she didn't need to.
No, she didn't need to.
Look, when you're old enough,
Yes,
you really
I
can
know.
see.
I already knew it was going to happen way before we even got there. I always knew because she's young, guys. I was young, and at that age, I wanted to live. I wanted to do things. I wanted to do it. I wanted to go. You get what I mean? And I didn't have some Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Yes.
Now, how is this at home? Because remember you said to us that you had to put on a persona with your relatives and whatever, and now. No.
My relationships were after my awakening. I didn't give a flying fuck what anybody thought of me after that. After my awakening, I know. I've been living for myself ever since. I don't.
Shout out to you, Leila.
I don't. I'm tired
I'm
because
proud of you for doing that.
Before that, I was depressed. I was suicidal and I was an emotional eater and I was unhappy most of the time. Do you get what I mean? That was my life. So when I woke and I'm living for myself, I don't give a damn what anybody thinks.
But I saw you all the time. You were so laughing and laughing all the time.
Laughing way? Yes, I was pretending. It is people pleasing. It's my protective shield. It's how I protect myself from you realizing how depressed and how much I hate myself and how suicidal I am. Most people in this world do it. Do you know how many depressed people are in this world that cover it up, the laughs and the jokes and stuff like that? That's what we do. One of the people that I loved, you know, I picked it up, Robin Williams. Do you remember Robin Williams?
Yeah.
The actor. That man was loved worldwide. He was the happiest.
Funniest.
He was depressed the whole time. That's the society that we need to break out of.
Would you commit suicide?
Me? I wanted to.
It's weird that you have to think about it.
No. I'm going to answer you why. I wanted to in 2021, and Angela stopped me, right? Not physically, the thought of her, because when I contemplated it, I think I was 6 months into our relationship. I was sitting in my bathtub, and I was like, Leila, let's go kill ourselves.
Why, Leila?
Yo, Whitney Houston vibes.
And then I was like, wait, Leila, wait, Leila. You can't kill yourself. You've been praying and asking for an amazing person to have a relationship with, and you got that. So why are you leaving her? Please help me make sense. And I was gonna traumatize the child, guys. Imagine, that's messed up. Like, why would I do that to the poor kid? You get what I mean? So, and by the way, FYI, for your concern, I literally had that thought less than 60 seconds. That thought did not last very long in my brain. Now, the reason why I pause and think is because my brain functions at a very high capacity, right? And I have figured out what is happening, everything that is happening. Hence, I said to you when I was 6 years old, I discovered what it is I want to do. What is that? It's a vision. Yes. It's a plan. Yes. I see everything that I'm supposed to do. I'm bored. Go try another planet.
You. Leila?
We're not like animals. Alien. But it's what you're saying is so contradictory to the character that you were. I mean, so powerful, so motivating, so woman outspoken, like all the time.
No, I'm all those things. Those were the things that kept me sane, that helped me manage my anger, my depression, my hate, my shame. You understand? I use those things to manage all the baggage, all the bad things. So all those tools were just a thing, we see and to manage these ones. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's what they were there for.
Yeah.
So now the difference.
Does Leila have friends?
No.
Why not?
I'm still finding myself. I have to look. I have friends, right? But all my friends, I've created characters for them.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Get it.
Explain.
Yes, I've created characters for them. I don't go for myself when I make a friend. Let's say I'm friends with Wendy. Hey Wendy, how are you, girl? You know, what's happening? Hi, I'm all you get what I mean? It's all for Wendy. Wendy gets benefits. You get what I mean? There's no thing.
Why do you do that?
It's my people-pleasing thing, my trauma growing up, because as a child, I had no one giving me. I always had to. You understand? So it's a childhood trauma that I've had for the longest time. I'm always the one trying, and then I always get burned or get hurt.
But now, Leila, in that moment when you're thinking that, okay, now I have this friend and our interaction is just for their benefit, you know that and you're thinking that during this interaction, why can't you stop yourself?
No, I don't know that. In my head, when that is happening, it is me putting on a persona to protect myself. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when I go and make friends with Wendy and I create a character for Wendy, I'm creating it to protect myself because I don't know how Wendy is going to react. So I always need to be on standby
Leila,
for whatever Wendy's reaction. It is. It's exhausting.
But you stopped.
I did it for 36 years, nigga. It was exhausting.
It now.
No, hell
Thank
no.
God.
That was the fucking no.
No.
No. Fucking boy.
Yeah, that's how I lived.
Yeah.
That's how I lived the first 36 years of my life. Do you get what I mean? And right now, I am focused on finding myself and actually figuring out who I am.
Have you
what
considered
I like,
therapy?
Or
a life coach, maybe?
I'm all of those things.
Her.
But
Literally.
Leila, how are you a life coach to someone if you're still finding yourself?
How should I explain this? Okay.
Or is it a
No.
thing of...
No.
Okay.
I'm going to give you an answer. Mamel, my whole life, I was a people pleaser, meaning I live for other people. You understand? One of the things I need to break out of here is to be able to listen to myself, love myself, honor myself, because all I've been doing is for others. So when you come with the therapy thing, it's for me to relearn to give power to other people instead of always giving it to myself. So I'm learning now to restructure myself and to have boundaries and to know when I'm not people pleasing and when I am people pleasing. Do you get? So that's the process that I'm currently going through right now. Do you get? To not fall into the same traps that I found myself in previously. So I'm very careful and I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing myself anyway.
So this is what you're going to schools and talking about.
sometimes. When I go to schools, I get invited in different pretexts. For example, when we went to a school called Dr. Block, it was about mental health awareness, right? There was one school that, to say let's one time, they wanted us to come and do awareness about LGBTQI issues, I am guest speaking. I'll be a guest speaker at a matric farewell in September. Do you get? So it differs. It's not specifically a specific topic.
So Leila, since you love Trump so much, he is not for going to speaking to like the children about LGBTQI. So what do you get there and say? Do you encourage them to have different sexual, orientation?
Preferences?
No,
preferences? What do you go? Do you tell them that, listen, it's okay to date a girl, it's okay to date a boy? What do you tell them?
Okay, I don't tell them that. All I tell them is my story, my experience, what I went through. Because I believe in the choice is theirs. I have no right to dictate to them what they should and should not do. You get what I mean? That's what I believe. And what most of our governments do is exactly that. And that is why a lot of our youth, a lot of us are very angry because we never actually got to be who we want to be. We were always put into boxes, and that's why a lot of our society has mental depression, suicide, hates their lives, hate their jobs, hate their girlfriends. I get it,
because we didn't know that there are those options. You know what? Like I said in the beginning, I'm also part of the LGBTQI A+ community. I don't miss anyone.
What letter are you?
I'm Q. Q is...
What letter are you?
None of them.
Don't confuse me further.
Let her finish. Lesbian? I'm going to tell you. No.
You see
Q?
now.
Talk to me about Q.
Queer.
Queer is... I have a sexual preference for men, but I dated a girl at some point in my life, but I only had eyes for this specific girl. And now that I'm not in that relationship anymore, I don't think I like girls. I don't think I date any other girls.
You wouldn't date Mahu?
No, not at all.
Okay. Lina Kishab.
No.
Yeah, Kishab.
Lona, guys.
Yeah. Look,
you see, you made me lose my train of thought.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing, Nnyane. I'm not... One of the reasons why I had to date women is because of my mama issues.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember, look, you know how girls have father figure issues? Like, you know how girls are always looking for their fathers?
Issues and whatever.
Yeah, I had mama issues.
Why? Is it
so that's why you dated a girl?
You never got the love from your mom that you...
No, not that way. How do I explain this without pissing off my family and my mother?
Family, please.
And you know they're going to watch this. You know they're going to watch this.
Let's not get upset.
No! How do I explain this?
Just try to put it in words as politely as possible.
Look, I found out why my mother had me, and I'm not going to announce it here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, it's very deep, it's very personal. I found out why my mother had me. And it rooted out and showed me why I was angry, why I was lost, why I've been going through a lot of things that I've been going through. It was mainly because of her. And I checked my history and all my traumas and everything that I went through. I'm not fully, please don't misunderstand me, I'm not fully blaming my mother. She played part and parcel. A lot of adults in my life traumatized me. Do you get what I mean? Yes. But obviously she's my mother because, so she gets the main character because she's my mother. She was supposed to protect me from all of those things.
She gets the baton.
Do you get what I mean? She was supposed to protect me from all of that, and she didn't. And honestly speaking, it's fine because she also had her own traumas. She's also going through this life as best as we all can. Do you get? So with me having a mama issues, that's why the power of my first relationship, it awoke me to that. It awoke me to the mental prison I had put myself in, and my jailer was always my mother. Do you get? She was always that voice that would bring me down, that voice that would tell me I can't, that voice that would just break me. Do you get what I mean? Every time I would do something, it would be my mother. You get? It was that type of relationship. And don't get me wrong, my mother loves me. My mother loves me more than life itself. You get? And she loves me in her own way. You get? She's not perfect. No mother is perfect. You get?
Definitely.
But there comes a time where your traumas and some of the things that have happened to you throughout your life, they sit on your body and then they gain traction over and over and over. I just exploded. Do you get? I literally just exploded because I couldn't take faking it anymore. You get? I really could not take faking it anymore because I was faking everything in my life. I was faking all my relationships, everyone. Do you get what I mean? Even my own mother, I made a character for her to appease her. Do you get? And I did it throughout my whole child because it started with her, the character building. Do you get? So that's why I had, and my first relationship with Angela was basically helping me work through my traumas of all of that and awakening me to all of that. Do you get? And the second one was a combination of all of them combined.
The second
My
one
grandmothers,
with who?
my aunts, that one, you know it.
Which one?
That one.
Does the name
That
start
one.
with an S?
Yes. That one was a combination
Spicy
of,
Robertsons.
Face of the
Yeah.
channel, maybe.
it was a combination of all
Robertsons, where na?
all of them. All of them.
Yeah.
So it was, I'm not gonna lie, my relationships have been painful. They have been beautiful. They have been epic. They have been amazing. But the best part about my relationships is they help me find myself.
So that's why Leila o rata hore bitsa your children and stuff.
Yes.
No, tell
I can tell you
So,
are.
Leila, are you in a relationship right now?
Next question. It's
Do
complicated.
you want to be in a relationship
No,
right now?
No.
So you're not in a relationship right now.
No.
But if a girl should bring herself,
No.
I mean, you are a magnet.
No. No. I'm learning myself. I am finishing that. You see, okay, I'm a magnet. Ne? I am a magnet, but I don't know how to control it. So I'm learning how to use it correctly for myself, for my benefit, for my betterment. I'm learning how to do that right now. And I am not open to trying out with anybody else until I get myself
Mara
out.
is your papa, Leila.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yona.
Ha is your papa. Haholoholo jwang ha se e tlwaetse e tseba.
I don't understand your question, Chief. Please explain your question. I don't understand it. When
The
did you please
private
translate?
parts.
Huh?
Listen
The
carefully.
private parts.
Listen carefully.
Once they have become unprivate,
Huh?
they tend to be unprivatized.
Oh, little boy. Ish, kilibit. Ish, askis. I forgot. Sorry, my love. You see, me awakening, ne? I am a god. I'm in control. Not my body or my mind. I control that. Do you understand?
Ali.
Litakatso
Right
no
now, no.
Leila.
Psh. Right now, ne, what I'm learning is, guess what? I'm learning for Haji Dutsi Mone. I can make myself come.
Jo.
Let me teach you something.
Leila ke level pansexual
Mame.
ya no.
Mame.
Ke pansexual le ne
Mame. You guys, it's finally, that is why the world is in turmoil. That is why a lot of us don't actually know true, genuine love. Do you understand? It's because we've been taught that sex, love, and all of these things are this. That's what we've been taught. They are not. Now, when the things that I'm learning now, I truly feel sorry for my next girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, or whoever I jolla with. I truly feel sorry for them because I'm going to
do what?
mihlolo. Do you understand? But
Sexually.
yes. But not
Why? Ke ngo discover le eng that's going to make it
the
now.
we don't use the human body the way we're supposed to use it. We are sleeping on the human body.
Okay.
Literally.
Give me some
A
game.
lot of things.
Leila, let's not have sex with
Give
all
me
A
some
lot of
game.
things. Mame. If you didn't know me and you saw me, what age would you guess I was? And would you assume from what you know me? Would you say I'm aging in reverse?
If I didn't know you and I saw you first time,
Yes. Would you say I'm aging in reverse?
but I don't know you, so how can I say that?
Hey, but okay, tohala that. Go back to your history. Would you say I'm aging in reverse?
You're not getting younger, no?
I'm saying body-wise.
Yes, I mean.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
what I'm
Maybe.
referring to.
Yes, so
Yes,
yes.
yes. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I've been healing all my traumas. All my traumas were sitting in my body. My body was managing my traumas. That's why I was fat. That's why I was emotional. That's why I hated myself. All my traumas, they were in my body. That's how I lost my body. I fixed my gut. I fixed my skin. Everything. You understand? That is what everything that we experience happens. Everything that we experience sits in your body. It causes your pains, your back aches, everything. The human body, we are sleeping on this. This is an amazing thing. The human body. Do you get? And
So
that's
you're
what
saying
I'm doing
because
right now.
you're
I'm
aging
discovering.
backwards, your sexual experiences are going to be better in your next
I'm
relationship.
petrified of my orgasms. That's how powerful they are.
Really? Ke tse yang tseo,
They
Leila?
are very. They,
How?
Yes, sis. Oh,
Ke tse yang?
Mogodu tla mpitsa ke be teng ke kgone ho bona.
Mamela. A lot of people that have, FYI, you all can look this up, it's fine. A lot of people that have high sexual energy are actually healers. We are supposed to take that energy. Mamel, no. Mamel. Mamel. No, Mamel. Yeah. No, Mamel. What he's saying is true, Mamel. Right now, we all have sexual energy, right? But his sexual energy, he chooses it to use it for his sexual energy. My sexual energy, I choose to use it to empower me, to better me, to think, to heal my headaches, to heal my period pains, to heal all the other aliens and ailments that I have, because that is the magic of that power, that essence.
Oh, really?
It's not an aphrodisiac just for you to come and the sweet death. No. That is essence in your body that you can take to anywhere in your body and heal.
So you are saying during the time you come, you can use that energy, or
Yes.
just in randomly?
Yes.
Leila,
And
come on,
you know,
school
hold
me
on.
on this.
Tell me something. Have you ever used your, let's say, let me give you an example. Have you ever imagined, let's say you are having sex with a woman, right? And then instead of imagining her and her bum's going like this, I get you're going like this. So instead of stopping to imagine her, close your eyes and imagine you're making a lot of money. Would you come, or would the thing drop?
Hey, look, I'm gonna come.
Yeah?
I'm gonna come.
Thank you.
Because money's my thing.
Thank you.
Money's
You
my
take
passion.
that thing.
Money's
We
my
all
baby.
have. We all have
I
it.
get that. I get what you
yes.
mean. Let me tell
We
you what
all
happens
have
to
it.
me. I
Yeah.
think when I'm in that moment, we think the same thought.
How so?
Like, I don't know, but re nagana ntho e one.
Mang le mang.
Mamela, if I'm doing the deed, I swear to God, if I'm doing the deed right, and then obviously afterwards you guys are gonna have chats, ne?
Yeah.
And then like I'm very open, I'm very honest. Now
I
I'm
get
gonna
you.
tell you, you know
I
what,
get you.
ne? I was thinking of being in
Yes.
studio the time we were having sex.
Eh.
The person is gonna tell me I was thinking the same thing. That happens to me a lot.
Yes. Yes. Sex is not just a physical thing.
I swear.
It's a mind thing, Papa.
No.
Serious.
I'm the wrong.
It is. My man.
I am a mind fuck all the time type of nigga.
Yeah, because you have programmed yourself like that. You have conditioned yourself like that. You told yourself that repeatedly. If right now you were bold enough or brave enough to actually listen to me, I'll be able to change you. But humans don't like dinnete tsa bone. Ha ba di rate. They like to believe whatever the hell they believe, and that's it. Do you
Mara
understand?
nnete.
So, ke how, Papa? Only one. So keep it like that. But sex, okay, let me ask you a question. Let's go to the Bible. Did Jesus have a wife?
Yes.
What was Jesus' wife?
My understanding is Maria Magdalene.
And what did they quote her as in the Bible?
They called it as a hoe.
Okay, she wasn't.
No, definitely she was.
She was a high priestess, and she was teaching about sacred energy exchange.
How do you know this? But Da Vinci
No.
Code, ne?
Now,
I will send you all the links.
now Leila is speaking on facts.
Yeah. So
How do you know that?
My
Where
man.
did you find that?
I'll send you. That's okay. I'll send you all the links. So when he basically was that, that's why it's the power of a man and a woman. There is power in masculinity and femininity.
Yes.
We are actually supposed to be two halves like this, because the man is for the physical world and the woman is for the spiritual world. You understand?
Maro lesbian.
The woman.
Boucle.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
Can I finish?
Okay.
Can I finish what I'm saying? In this world, the way we are, the duality of this world, which FYI, I don't believe in, which is the good and evil, the good, bad, all of those things. I don't believe in. It's the same with the feminine, masculine, all of those. I don't believe in all of those things. Do you understand? So the woman is supposed to be the link between the spiritual world and the man, because the man is the provider, the protector, right? And the woman links. That's the synergy of everything, how we work, right? But because of the systems, chaos, everything, men are no longer protecting women. They're no longer giving them that synergy and that calm to do their spiritual work and that safety. I get it's GBV, it's violence. Do you understand? I became like this to protect myself. Do you understand? Me dressing like this, me in my mind, it was to protect myself.
So Leila, what do you think happens? I get now the female is for the spirit, and now there's a female and a female. What do you think happens in this spirit world when two females are?
The spiritual world is extremely happy.
You think so?
Yes, because the gateway is open and there's synergy and there's flow. Remember, the essence of a woman happy is the woman is supposed to be happy and spiritual and able to connect. The man is unable to do that. The man is failing. Do you understand? Yes, that's the problem. And that's the thing that we have to heal.
That's why lesbian relationships are so
powerful.
Intense.
Yes.
It's so intense. Even to break that that thing, man. What do you call it? A soul tie. Breaking lesbian soul ties, it will take you long.
Yes.
It will take you long. And it is so painful when that relationship breaks apart. Now, at some point when I was, leaving this specific relationship, I used to tell myself, what, this thing, because it's a very dangerous connection, deep, intense.
Yes, it's spiritual.
It's heavy.
Why?
I would never do it again.
He's supposed to be. Do you understand? With everything that has been happening, the balance. I'm not saying it's all of you, Mamela. Not my advocacy. Honestly speaking, this is what I believe. The world is in chaos right now, right? And for us to heal it, we need to heal women. Women constantly lie to themselves like there's no tomorrow. A woman can wake up today, I hate, like guys, and if a woman can do that, obviously they do it. Women are the mothers of our world, our nation. The world is on fire right now because women are on fire. Do you understand? We need to heal women. Do you understand? Right now, that's why Halin Zelim puts now, what I want to date, I cannot answer you because I am finding myself. And honestly speaking, even if the next person I date, I don't know if I'm going to date a man or a woman or a chimpanzee or an animal or a donkey.
Yeah.
That's not my priority right now. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I care about who I am to myself, how I love myself and how I transmute to the world out there. That is what is important to me right now because I don't ever want to go into a relationship again when I am not whole.
I get that.
You see, and I say this to a lot of people because I'm very much into researching, more especially spirituality and whatever. I tell a lot of people that Adam met Eve and he was complete. He didn't.
Sorry, say that again. Adam what?
Adam, when
Adam,
met
yes, Eve, yes.
He was complete.
Yes.
Remember, Adam didn't know that he needed Eve.
Yes.
That's meaning he didn't lack anything, confidence, self-love, or whatever. But he had an abundance of this thing, which is why God was like, Amon, this thing. And I always tell people that if you want to be in a good relationship, you must be whole. You can't. You can't go into a relationship and say Leila must cover the fact that Nagira do higher.
But you know what happens also. Sometimes you work on yourself so that you become whole, and then you get into a relationship with somebody
the person who's not whole,
and they're not honest with themselves that they're not whole. And you know what happens in those relationships? They take so much from you.
They drain you and suck the life out of you.
You will not be whole. They will live whole.
And there's nothing more depressing than dating someone that does not know their energy vampire. It is they have no cooking clue the damage that they're doing to you. Dude, bioscope.
I think it's very selfish also, man, because I think as a person, you can see how you are emotionally dependent on this person.
I never met anyone that thought like that. Like everyone thought, we have to be 50-50. Give 100% or go give 100. I give 100. You're going to get the best of me all the time.
But the thing is, you won't know if the next person is completely whole.
Yeah.
You see, that's the detriment.
But also, FYI, I'm going to emphasize this because it's a lesson I learned. I believe what you're saying is wrong and right at the same time because if you were truly whole, I don't think you would attract an unwhole person.
Listen, if you are unwhole, people are attracted to the light. Darkness is attracted to the light. So I think also they come into these relationships.
Mathematics says like attracts like.
Listen, I'm telling you from a personal experience where I think the person was not aware that they are not whole. And they took so much away from me.
Yes.
They left whole and they left me empty.
That's where you get Leila, the healers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
That
But-
energy that is so full.
Honestly speaking, I want to reiterate what she said. No, you were not whole. There's something that was still lacking in you. And this person came into a relationship to trigger and
No, but you know, let me tell you, from the beginning, I knew, because I could even feel it like energy high. I could feel it with the energy.
But you still continued.
But I still continued because I didn't know what that feeling meant.
Yeah.
I didn't know what
That's
it meant.
because
You
you were
didn't do what
not
Leila said.
whole.
Thank you.
Because
Okay, I
if you
get
were
it.
whole,
Yeah.
then it's fine.
You're
So I'll
right.
change.
You're right.
Do you get
You're
what I
right.
mean?
You're right,
Like,
because-
whoa, no, bye.
Because when I
think,
got
Leila,
into that relationship,
I really want to say to you that speaking with you has opened my eye to something
Okay.
that I never thought of. But I now understand the importance of taking care of oneself.
Yes. Yes.
Because if you haven't taken care of home, which is why they say charity begins at home. If you're not taking care of home, then you really can't give anything to anyone else.
100%.
And let me tell you one thing about me. My relationships were teaching me that, to find myself and everything. Right now, after I heal from the current healing I'm working on,
Yes.
I will be a whole human being.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you why I say that. It's because my relationships were teaching me and training me to be a whole human being, to know and to find myself in that this is what I want and this is not what I want.
Yes.
Do you get? Before I didn't have that. Before I was just like, come in and just, that's
Do
why.
whatever it is.
Yeah, no. My relationships are like that. I gave them freedom to do
Yeah.
whatever the hell they wanted. You get what I mean? Because seriously speaking, I had no relationship experience. So I needed to see, and I also needed to learn. These relationships were literally my first 2 relationships.
Yeah.
And I'm almost 40. And
Yeah.
I'm having my first relationship in my
Yeah.
30s. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I was a child. I needed to go through the heartbreak, the sweetheart, all of those things.
get it.
Do you get?
Yeah.
Remember my trauma, my mother.
Yes.
Imprisonment. I never dated because I was always terrified of my mother. Do you get? Yes. So I only dated after I left my mother's house
You.
in my 30s.
Yes.
Do you understand? That is the slow trauma that I had to work out of. Do you get? So literally developing that and going through that. That's why I am eventually becoming a whole human being because I am discovering myself.
I love this so much.
Yo.
Yeah.
I love this so much. And Leila, you know what I want to do is that I wish that we can do a part 2 on this because this is
Yeah.
it and this is it. Basically, that's all we can stand for today. It's been a fabulous time.
No, there's quite a lot to unpack. Hence, I said we're going to do a lot of work
We need
because
to.
these are conversations that our
Leila,
people need
Your
to have.
mindset is different. I love that.
No, it is. I am in a whole other world. I'm in the 5th dimension. You guys are still in the 3rd dimension.
Nah, I'm on Mars level 4.
Oh, no, 4D. You're not maybe. No, do you do vibrate yet? No. Okay, so you're not anyway. You're still in the 3D.
Feel
so it's
this.
fine. No, you don't.
Yeah?
You don't, sorry. Anyway, you're still in the 3D.
Guys,
So-
this is it. Make sure that you go out there, watch the episode. It's going to be fantastic. It is Lay. That is Wendy.
Thank you so much, guys. Goodbye.